welcome back. So we're at chapter 8, back here at verse 7 with the trumpets. And we were talking about the first and the second trumpet. Now let's look through this one more time. The first angel sounded, and there followed. So we've heard the trumpet, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood. And they were cast upon the earth. Well, when it says they were cast upon the earth, that's going to be multiple places around the earth. So let's look at something for a second that we have already seen. And this is going to be right here. And the great city was divided into 3 parts. This is going to be chapter 16, verse 19. And the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell. Now look at this. Look above. We have this earthquake that takes place since men were not upon the earth. And then we get talk about the great city, which is in relation to them causing it. And then after that, we get the cities of the nations falling. Now, let's go back here. Look what happens right before the first trumpet. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. Once again, but what I'm telling you is that this is that time duration from the Fukushima earthquake, and then we hear the trumpet, and then a little bit of time, and then here's what we have next, the hail and fire mingled with blood. That is going to be a continuation of, and the cities of the nations fell. And then we have, and great Babylon came in remembrance, which is the second cup, which is directly in order with the next event for the second trumpet, which is going to be that great mountain burning with fire that's cast into the sea. Well, we know that the second cup is that millstone that was cast into the sea. So it's this one and the same perfectly related events. This event here is going to be that terror false flag attack. And then after that, we can experience that unnatural asteroid-like event that will complete the second cup. And then check out the third trumpet. The third trumpet, and an angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and upon the fountains of the waters. This is something that has already happened, past tense. That angel that sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, that great star is Lucifer, that was beheld falling from heaven. And then we have burning as it were a lamp. That is the illuminated. He is the light bearer. So this is something that has already taken place in the past, which is signifying the pollution that has taken place over Christ's word. Listen to the phraseology. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers. Now that's going to be a physical. They're going to try to tie up something here in verse 11. But listen to the next phraseology. And upon the fountains of the waters. Now, if you look up the fountains of the waters, you will find out that that is Christ's word, or that is Christ's spirit. So you are looking at the pollution, the symbolic pollution, the beginning symbolic pollution of Christ's word in this instance. So it is not something that literally is taking place in linear line after this event. But they set us up because it says a third part of the rivers. Well, here's where we enter into more of the terror incidents. And the name of the star is called wormwood. Now, this is that flaming mountain. And a third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. Now, that's going to be the spiritual waters, which has been polluted, which is Christ's word, which will be the doctrine that the locusts, those inner earth beings that come out of the earth, will have that fire and brimstone that issues forth out of their mouths. But then we have wormwood. Wormwood is radiation, and I will explain in the next video.